G'day guys, and welcome to World Tanks with the Magnificent Margon. Was actually going to do a War Thunder video, but I haven't because I haven't recorded anything with more or less gameplay going on. As much as watching it fly around with not the targets lit up and stuff like that is fun. I just don't feel it gives the best portrayal. So I actually dug through a lot of my old, well, not really that old. I've actually just got rid of the M7 recently. Got the T21. I haven't actually played any battles in the T21 yet because I haven't really got into it. And I just sort of found this battle and I thought, you know what, I'm going to I've got a couple of M7 ones. Why not throw up something for the M7? So I'm doing this at the moment. Just to sort of, I don't know how good these videos are. It's in my yeah, okay folder for wins. So we did win this map, so I don't really know. Now as you can see, I've come up to the standard TD hill. The only reason why I took that random shot is sometimes there are people sitting in that bush, so you never know your luck. Now I actually did and didn't like this tank. I found the alpha damage that the gun has, it just, unless you have a screamer of a game where everything just falls in your lap and you're able to just try to use the 3.2 second rate of fire to your advantage, it really didn't do much for me. All in all, it wasn't a bad tank, but at the same time it wasn't a great tank. So I've sort of, as you can see, I'm sort of more or less taking guess shots at where things are. So maybe I actually put this in here because it was okay. I didn't see like the penetration. What is it on this gun? I can't even remember. It's been so long. It's like 92. It's not great, and I'm playing against tier 7s. So it's mediocre at best. 92 is not going to cut it unless I'm at nearly point blank range with a lot of those tanks. So it's going to come down to a lot of skill. Now, I didn't put premium rounds on this tank. It was actually probably one of the tanks I didn't load up premium rounds for a very long time. That was pretty good. That was not bad. A couple of good shots in that. What was that? That was a VK30, I think it was. Yes. Now, I don't know. This it's got great speed. It gets around. It's actually, the armor's not too like. I shouldn't say the armor. The bounce of this armor being angled the way it is actually not too bad. As you can see, I'm flying up here to reveal this TD using the speed of this tank and on the move shot. Now I get a lot of on the move shots, and I get surprised at how great it is. And I'm just coming up here to check there's no one else hiding, spin around, using the cover, and let my other bigger friends go out. As much as, yeah, I'm in a tank that's fast, I'd rather not run to my death. I'm sort of vaguely remembering this battle, but I did play this one probably a couple of months ago now. So now, it's not, as I said, it's not a bad tank. You just getting in the right positions and stuff like that is probably one of the hardest things to do. And as you can see, the enemy is starting to really pile out through that center alleyway. And I'm not too keen on moving up. I don't really feel I need to move up at the same time. Ooh, come on, Hellcat, pop back out. Come on. Get the shot. Oh, that went over the top. That was aiming a little bit too high. That was my stupidity. There's a nice hit. Okay, good. Let's... No, missed that one. Having a terrible day. Now, this was actually... This was just before I had my break. As you can see, I wasn't hitting targets. I wasn't getting great shots. And I was not... I just wasn't finishing things how I should have been, and it was starting to get very, very frustrating for me in that regard. As you can see, I'm hitting other things, I'm not hitting the targets, and unless they're sitting still like that, and even then, I didn't even get any damage because someone else is hitting. Green. And you can see there, I'm not concentrating properly. I'm not. This was in a stage where I was starting to get really frustrated with tanks. There's a crappy shot. Oh, and I'm suffering now. And yeah, this was a stage, and I should have finished at 21 off. I probably was panicking a bit. I was worried, and I wasn't really with these games. And I can see now, sitting here, where I've gone wrong. My shots were not aiming. I was just randomly firing. I wasn't doing a great job. So that's probably why I've kept this one, even though it was a win. A very strong, convincing win. I probably should have survived, and I probably should have done a lot more damage than that. And that was really, really crap of me. That's probably one of the worst games I've played. So, yeah, and that just shows, like, when I'm watching this now, I understand where I went wrong. And I went wrong because of my own devices, basically. I did this to myself. So, alright, let's go see how I went with the other battle now. So here we are, over on Erlenberg. Now, this was actually with Sojimaru. Okay. So this one's actually a relatively recent... Oh, yes, I remember this one. Okay. This was some of the starting battles. Shojimaru was a tier 5 tank. He's got the PZF-4H. Same tank as what I used going up the German E100 line. And I did regularly go back and play with him. And at the time, I didn't have the high penetration. I had the high penetration gun on my tank, and I actually changed to the higher alpha damage one, and it played differently, and that was as I said, I think in yesterday's video. Kaz questioned me about why I chose the higher alpha penetration over the alpha damage on my KV1. Well, it was the way I played at the time. I had to have high not alpha damage, penetration, because the alpha damage, as much as it was great, it wasn't working for me, and that was the biggest problems. So I was just playing this one actually to get my double stars. I actually think it might have been a triple star weekend. So I was scraping the medium tank. It doesn't work too often, but I did that just on the spot. And there's 2 KV1s there. There's a Hellcat. Yes, Hellcat. I really need to probably get some glasses, I think. I am getting to that stage. Okay, so the Hellcat's hit me hard. I've done 2 decent hits back at him, which is pretty cool. And the Hellcat's actually died, so I got the spotting damage for that, which is awesome. Whole tank down, spotting damage. And the KV1s are being kept lit up, probably not by me anymore. It's probably sort of half lit up by someone else. And they've gone into hiding, come back again, so it's no longer getting alpha damage from me. Kaz is actually... he's just... What was I saying? Kaz. What was I saying? Kaz. Oh, I'm not meaning Kaz, I mean Shojimaru. Yeah, I don't know why I was saying Kaz then. I meant... Oh, whoops. Okay, I cut the video by accident through that. That was silly of me, but anyway. What I was meaning was actually Shojimaru. Now, Shojimaru, where is he? He's just beside me in the open there. So, he's using the high penetration gun. And he was sitting there saying, yeah, I like this, it's doing good. And it will just penetrate everything. And it wasn't till basically later on that it sort of fell into the right positions that he basically push. I'm not pushing. I'm in a medium tank. He basically it wasn't until after sort of this battle that he got the high damage, and yeah, I don't know, like maybe I've just changed my way of playing, and I'm able to give myself the time to do a better job these days at oh, I know why I'm not going up, I'm nearly dead. And it gives me that better chance of that survival. I did warn Shojimaru not to go out, because the KV1's probably going to, well, do exactly what he did. One-shot him. Now there's a KV2 and two KV1s. I am not going to take too many gambles. I'm not in the mood to take gambles right now. What am I shooting? Oh, there you go. There's a PZF Yag Panzer 4 there, which is pretty cool. He's down. So, and it's unfortunate. Like, this is when he was coming back. He was coming back to the game. Like, he hasn't got many tanks. He's not. He's played it before me, probably a couple of years ago. So, and he's not a bad player. It's just going to take him a bit to get used to things. And Kaz and I are teaching him as fast as we can. But tanks is all about experience. You can't just jump in the battle and earn experience. You've got to actually you can't be given the experience. You've got to earn it. Go. I bounced that shot. Everyone's seen it. I took that gamble because I thought if I can get out here, I might be able to take the shot and the team can keep going. So I bounced that shot off the KV1, which is pretty cool. And this is where things start to get interesting. And this tank's not a bad tank. Its pickup and speed is awesome. I absolutely love it. It is just fantastic, and I have never had so much fun. Now, as you can see, there's a TD over there. That's the Marauder 18. He's dead. Okay, I don't have to worry about him. And I stopped to actually line up a shot. Didn't need to. Now I've come. Now, as you see, I'm in the middle of the open. Now their team's probably pretty well coming back to cover. There is a Hertzer. There's the 58, and watch this. Bounced off the back. And there's another bounce off the back. Oh, I just... 2 bounces and a miss, third miss, and it's just not his day. Now I'm below his gun. He's missed me again, and he's just died. And I'm just... Oh, that was incredible. 2 bounces off the rear end of this tank. And there's another miss. They are just lining me up, trying to get me, because all I'm doing is I'm going flat out. Using the speed of this tank to actually get under their guns and get around them, and they're just deflecting just off me. And that was... I couldn't believe it. So then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to jump in the circle here, and I'm going to sit on the low side of the hill and farm up some loser points, basically, because what's the point in worrying too much now? Ooh, do I get the Digger Max? Yes, I get the Digger Max. Oh dear. And it was just this tank, okay, we cap out, as you can see, but the fact that I got 2 great bounces off the back of this and a third miss, I really feel sorry for that 258. That Type 58. It just, it's not fair. And I remember that Shojimaru was laughing. He couldn't stop laughing. It was just one of those battles where you couldn't believe that it had just happened. And to happen sort of twice, and a third one missing me, like, I couldn't believe it. And that's what I mean. This is probably, as you can see, there is a big difference in the 2 different playing styles. From when I started playing this tank, when I was in a really bad slump, to actually now, tanks have picked up, and it probably comes down to more, I've actually watched a lot more reviews, watched a lot more videos, and got into understanding everything around me about tanks, and maybe learning a little bit more about the tanks. I didn't really study as many weak points while I was away. It was sort of, I had a break and I was off playing a lot of War Thunder and doing just another game. I had to get away from this one. I've come back, Kaz has come back, and it's just beautiful now. And that's the way it should be. You should be having fun while playing this game. So definitely the M7, I would recommend it, but if you don't like the high alpha damage, sorry, the low alpha damage this does, it's just the way it goes. So anyway, if you like this video, like. If you want to leave me a comment, please leave a comment. Subscribe button's there. Subscribe button is there, as well as my Facebook page. If you want to join me over there, I do post up on Facebook when my videos go online, or later on in the day I do when I get around to it. There's also my email. If you wish to send me an email of a World of Tanks replay, please do. worldoftanksreplay.com.au. You can start your own account there and start filming videos through that using the little badgy thing. It's all self-explanatory when you get on that site how to do it. But that's all that, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my M7 tank. I've definitely enjoyed playing this one, so I hope you have. Happy hunting. I'll catch you on that battlefield.